Good morning, dear children. Today in English Reader, we will do a poem, Forest Fire. Very good morning to all my dear students. Hope you all are fine. Yesterday we did our lesson in the English government textbook, and today we are going to do one lesson, or rather a poem in our Learn Well Communicative book. So everyone will open your textbooks on page number 106, and there's a small little nice poem about the forest fires. This poem is about the people who looks after or who takes care of the nature or who cares for the nature. So first of all, write today's date 17 to 2021 and classwork. And now I'll just tell you a brief of what this poem is all about. This poem is about the forest fires. You might have heard many a times that in the certain areas in America, Australia, you have heard that many a times the forests catch fire. What is the reason of forest catching a fire? We all never know. But when you all know that when the forest catches fire, there are lots and lots of varieties of plants and animals are there. Different species of plants and different species of animals are there that are found only in those areas. It's not found anywhere else. And if the forest catches fire, these become extinct. That means after that we are not able to see because it all get burned in the fire. Along with that, so many different species of big and small animals are there. They also are charged to death without any reason. So sometimes because of our carelessness such things happen, so we should be careful to such things, that if you are careless a bit, it can cause a huge loss of life and property. So let's take a look at the starter kit first. Write the things that can cause fire, that a fire can do. Cook food, light up the dark, keep out the cold, keep people warm, and keep away the wild animals. So fire can do all these things, but careless use of the can cause huge losses of life and property. Can you tell how? Now, this poem will tell us how the fire can happen and how the people are careless or ignorant about the fire forest. That they are not feeling that this is our property. This is the life of the thousands of animals in the trees. The plants are there. The flora and fauna is there. That is getting lost. That is never going to be seen again. So we are so ignorant about such things. These thoughts never come in our mind. So now read this poem. Someone dropped a burning match unheeded by the way. It caught on the fire some underbush. In its user did not stay. That means someone was walking around near the trees and he dropped a burning matchstick on going ahead on his way, and it caught the fire on some under bushes. That means there were some small bushes that were there near the trees, under the trees, that caught the fire. But the person who had thrown that burning match is not able to see that what he has done. That means he doesn't stay to look back that after throwing that burning matchstick, what has happened. From grass to bush, from bush to trees, so stealthily it ran, that no one can ever guessed or knew just where the fire began. मतलब ग्रास से ब्रश बुश तक और बुश से फिर ट्री तक, मतलब ब्रांचेस से और ग्रास से ब्रांचेस तक और ब्रांचेस से ट्री तक जो फायर है इतनी quietly and silently spread that किसी को पता ही नहीं लगा कि how the fire has begun and from where the fire just started. No one can ever guess it out from which is the place and what is the reason that the fire has started. So quietly the fire spread like anything. Someone built a campfire and failed to put it out. A breeze came and quickened the embers spread about. और किसी ने कैंप फायर किया. जब लोग इकट्ठे होते हैं रात को और देर रात तक सब एंजॉय करते हैं, तब देयर इज अ कैंप फायर. मतलब वो आग एक लकड़ियों का ऐसा बनाते हैं, इकट्ठा करते हैं और फायर करते हैं. दैट्स कॉल्ड एज अ कैंप फायर. तो लोगों ने वो कैंप फायर किया, लेकिन कैंप फायर को बुझाना, मतलब द पुट ऑफ द फ्लेम ऑफ द कैंप फायर दे फॉरगेट. और उसके बाद क्या, एक तो ठंडी हवा का झोंका आया और उससे जो एम्बर्स, मतलब जो छोटे छोटे जो तिनके होते जो आग में से निकलते हैं, वो उड़ने लगे और उसकी वजह से भी आग लग सकती है. So these are some of the reasons that are given by the poet to tell us how the forest fires happen. Now we move on to page number 107. And soon on the woods were blazing, the fire spread and spread. The trees that took long years to grow stand blackened now and dead. So and soon the woods were blazing. Matlab, it takes no time to fire for the fire to spread, and especially if the wind or the breeze is there, the fire spreads very quickly, you know that. और जब हवा चल रही होती है तो उसके साथ जो आग के छोटे छोटे तिनके जो उड़ते हैं उससे और भी जगह पर दूर दूर जगहों पर भी आग शुरू हो जाती है। तो जो आग थी वो बहुत जल्दी फैल गई और कुछ ही देर में जो पेड़ थे वो सारे जो थे वो जलने लगे। और जिन पेड़ों को उगने के लिए ग्रो करने के लिए सालों साल लगे वो कुछ ही मिनटों में काले और जलकर एकदम ब्लैक हो गए एंड दे वर डेड नाउ। Someone saw a little fire as he was passing by. He did not stop to put it out. He did not even try. और उसी जंगल में जहाँ आग लगी थी वहाँ से कोई अचानक somebody passed by. But he saw the fire, but he didn't stop or he didn't even try to put out the fire or stop to see that what is happening, or even he didn't try, okay, let me try to put out the fire or call the people or do something. So much of fire is there that we should put it out. He had not started it, of course. He had no time to spare. That it might start a forest fire, he did not even care. और वो उसको उसने ये सोचा कि I didn't start the fire, so why should I put it off? So he thought like that and went away. No doubt that he didn't start the fire, but he should have spared the time to see that how the fire has happened. At least he should have tried to put out the fire. Because हम ignorant होते हैं इस चीज़ के कि अरे हमने तो नहीं किया, हम क्यों करें, और ऐसे ही जो है जंगलों में आग और फैलती जाती है. So he didn't even care. मतलब उसने उस चीज़ को ध्यान ही नहीं दिया. Because I have not done, so it's not my duty to see how it all has happened. So dear children, sometimes many a times from this forest fire we learn that many a times certain things we see, we should be aware of the things even though we have not done, but we can try to correct it off. Because such things happen, it's lost to everyone. It's not that I have not done that it's not going to affect me. It is definitely going to affect me and everybody around me. So we should be aware of things and we should try to correct the things that are going wrong. The poet is Martel Barber Carpenter, who has written such a lovely poet, and he's very thoughtful about the nature, and so should we also. Now read and find. What do you think the poet wants to say in this poem? Most forest fires are caused due to carelessness. That is what the poet tries to say. Find out the rhyming words in the poem. Way, stay, out, about, by, and try. I have underlined the tree. Way, stay. See, way, stay. Then out, about. You all know now what are the rhyming words, so you can easily find it out. Spread, dead, try, by. Spread and dead can also be there, and try and die also, but here only three are there, so I have written by and try, out, about, and way, stay. Spread and dead can also be there. Spread and dead. Now next is you see a man throw a burning cigarette and at a roadside bush. What will you say to him? It now can tell that person that if you will do such an act, then it can lead to a big fire which can burn many things and it can destroy many things. So you should not do that. You should be careful to it. Now dear children, of answer second I have written here, spread, that, ran, began, and spare and care. So these are 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rhyming words are there. So in the homework you have to write the hard words that I am going to show you now and the meanings. Along with that you have to write this poem in your notebook one time and read and find. These 2 questions you have to write it in your notebook. ये पोएम एक बार लिखनी है, हार्ड वर्ड्स लिखने हैं आपको, वन टाइम क्लास वर्क, वन टाइम होमवर्क, मीनिंग वन टाइम क्लास वर्क, वन टाइम होमवर्क, एंड दिस रीड एंड फाइंड वन टाइम इन योर notebook. Now we'll take a look at the hard words first. Hard words of the poem Forest Fire are dropped, burning, unheeded, underbrush, stealthily guessed, campfire, campfire, if I have forgotten here, it is F, campfire, then quickened, embers, blazing, then blackened and spare. Now next is your meanings that you have to write. There are, I have just written two meanings because the meanings are quite long, so only two or three meanings are there. Unheeded, carelessly, underbrush, bushes and plants that grow together. Then next is your brush, a dense growth of bushes and shrubs, stealthily, quietly and secretly. मतलब ऐसे जो होता है शांति से आंख फैलती है कि किसी को पता ही नहीं लगता, आवाज़ भी नहीं होती है, किसी को कुछ समझ ही नहीं आता. Suddenly you can see the fire spreading everywhere. Campfire, an outdoor fire made by the people. Now next is your embers. Last meaning, embers, red hot pieces of wood or coal. Now read and find, do question number 1 and 2 in notebook one time. Now we move on to the next page, that is your page number 108. This is your assignment 3 that we have to do, and this assignment you have to write it in your notebook one time. Choose the correct word for each blank. The doctor took. Here you can see the words are given in the bracket. So out of that you have to choose the correct one and write it in the blank. An X-ray of Nadia's arm. My child, your arm is broken, said the doctor. The broken arm will join together again. Then your mended arm will be as strong as it ever was. Now after that, these are the question answers. Answer the following questions briefly. Who took Nadia to the hospital? So Nadia's father took Nadia to the hospital. The answers I have written in the notebook. Nadia's father took her to the hospital. Then how many bones do we have in our body? We have about 200 bones in our body. Then how many runs did Uncle Ken score? Uncle Ken scored 8 runs. How long did Uncle Ken stay at Aunt Emily? Uncle Ken stayed with Aunt Emily for several months. So these are the 4 question answers that you have to write. Then arrange the words to make the sentences. Was he blazer wearing? Now you can see here in the middle, you can see the words with written with the capital. That means you have to start the sentence with this capital letter only. He was wearing a blazer. Crowd lustily the cheer. The crowd cheered lustily. Down she slipped, fell, and she slipped and fell down. Strong I won't keep to my bones. I want to keep my bones strong. Answer each sentences correctly by replacing the underlined words with another word. He took a run off the first ball. He took a run off the first ball. यहाँ पर off में जो है wrong है तो O double F off आएगा यहाँ पर. The गोमती team won the match. यहाँ पर won the toss. Won का मतलब ONE1 मतलब वन नहीं, लेकिन WON1 जीतने वाला वन आएगा. सो द गोमती टीम वन द टॉस. WON1. The teacher said the class about the bones. The teacher said, the teacher told the class about the bones. The doctor put a plaster cast on her arms. तो यहाँ पर cost लिखा हुआ है, लेकिन it is a cast. The doctor put a plaster cast on her arm. CAST, cast. Now write the names of any 3 bones in our body: jawbone, skull and backbone. So dear children, entire assignment 3 you have to write it in your notebook one time. So we'll meet on the next turn with a new lesson. Till then, bye bye and have a nice day. Bye bye.